Alright, this is my Captain Toad Rocket Flower jump tutorial in the Wooded Kingdom. So, this is where it takes place, just to get some context of where we are. Rocket Flower's down here, you run up the ramp, this platform out there, you're supposed to go there with Glide on, but you can jump from the ramp with a Rocket Flower in order to get to that platform far off in the distance with Captain Toad on it. So let's do some more inspecting, okay? So, it's not an easy jump, but if you have the right setup, it is easy. You have to jump pretty far. The Rocket Flower makes you move fast in the air. And also vectoring helps make it easier. It's possible to do it without vectoring, but I would not recommend that, as it makes it harder, and the setup that I use is actually probably easier than doing it without vectoring. Just because it's easier to see where you're going and make it work. So you need to jump off. The higher you jump off, the better, because then you'll be higher up, and you won't. If you jump from down here, you're probably not going to make it. If you jump from up here, you're much more likely to make it. So that's just some basic information about it. The biggest thing is getting a good angle, because if you get the right angle, then you'll be able to vector to the platform, and that'll be very fast and easy. So let's take a look at some clips, and I'll explain my setup. Let's see. This one is probably okay. So first thing, you want a Rocket Flower. I grabbed 2 here. You don't really need 2. In fact, I recommend just getting 1, and in most of these clips I only get 1. But I'm just showing that getting 2 Rocket Flowers versus 1 does not matter. You still make it. So I get to the top here, and then I throw Cappy to the right, and it's to the right and a little bit down. Probably about, like, if you aimed the control stick to the top of the D-pad, right and a little bit down. And so you have to be on the far left here, because if you're on the right, then you will fall off and you won't be able to jump. But throw Cappy to the right and a little bit down, and then you jump, and then you start holding up and towards where the platform is. And that'll get you a really good vector. You might be a little bit to the left, but don't worry. Let's rewind real quick. Okay. Normal, real time, right? Pretty good angle. Could have been a little bit more to the right. If I wanted the angle to be a little bit more to the right, I could have angled a little bit more down on the control stick. But it doesn't matter. Now, once Mario is about at the height of even with the platform, that's when you want to throw Cappy and dive onto him, because that means you got the most out of the Rocket Flower. Let's see. I have a couple more clips of this. This time I just grabbed 1 Rocket Flower, and this is actually important. You'll notice this is a mistake you can get with this specific strategy, where you don't get a jump. Okay, this is actually not that bad. It happens because you're too close to the edge of the platform, so you don't have time to jump. Mario's still in the cap throw animation, and he can't jump yet. So if this happens, just dive back, and, I bonked here, but it's better than dying. Just try it again. This time I went more left at the beginning, so I had time to jump. And there you go. Bam. Easy. Let's see. Oh, well, on that note, here's an example. If you just try this at any ledge ever, throwing Cappy, you will not be able to jump for a little bit. So that's why you might fall off. So just make sure you're more to the left when you throw Cappy, so that you have enough room for Mario to jump. Let's see. This one might be. So this is I think the fastest strategy, actually, because you usually don't even need to bounce on Cappy, but it's pretty hard. So this is what I used to do in runs, but I'm probably going to switch to the other method. So you need to run off at this like specific angle. You're not running straight up the ramp, but you're running a little bit off, but not like completely diagonal. And then you have to get a buffered jump. Or not really buffered, but because it's not buffered, but as soon as Mario's running off the edge, that's when you need to jump, and that's the best way to get this good angle. And in this case, it wasn't even the best angle. I could have been a little bit more to the left, but it still worked fine. This one might be that too. I gotta check. Yeah, so you can see actually Mario jumps after he already runs off the platform. So this one's even easier to not get a jump on. But as you can see, you pretty much you can actually get a really good angle where you don't even have to dive, and you just land on the platform. But that's not really something to worry about at all. So that's the method I used to use. But I'll probably be using the other method that's more consistent and easier. So this is another strategy that I do not use, but I've seen Dangers use it and some other people, where you run off the top here and jump. And this is also this is cool because you get the max height possible, so that makes it easier. And also, if you're going to jump through this gap at the top, you have to jump over this railing and then not into the wall. So let's see. As you can see, there's a wall here and there's a fence here. You need to just jump over them. And so if you do that correctly, then you'll probably have a good angle. You need that up and a little bit to the right of an angle when you first jump. So then you can vector to the right and you have a better angle. I'm not very good at it, so that wasn't the perfect angle, but let's see if this one's any better. Yeah, still could have been more to the right, but it still works. Yeah. Like I said, I recommend the first method where you throw Cappy to the right and a little bit down, and then you jump before the edge, and then that gives you a pretty good angle. And once you reach the same height as the platform, that's when you want to dive onto Cappy. Also, this trick is really easy to retry. I recommend you just do it a bunch, like in a row. See, as you can see, I just do the same thing. I come down here. That's where you come from in Darker Side. I don't know how it is in All Moons, but you can just do it a bunch of times. Just go in the pipe to reset it. And yeah,